Alright guys, what's going on? This is Jeremiah at Savage Family Farm. It's been a while since I made a video, but the last video that we put up was our kind of welcoming video, and that weekend it started raining, and it rained for pretty much 2 weeks straight. And by the time I got off work and tried to come out here and do something, it was raining again. And then we had my birthday party, and we hadn't been able to do too much out here as far as video making. But today I wanted to come out here and show y'all an overview of how I built my chicken coop and my run, and how easy it is to get in here and clean this thing out whenever you need to clean it. Some things to add: we use like the deep bedding method, which we learned from Justin Rhodes and Joel Salatin. He does a lot and preaches a lot about deep bedding methods, so we don't have to come in here and clean this thing out every week or every month. I mean, honestly, it's whenever it may start to smell, or if it looks like whatever we have as bedding, whether it be hay or pine mulch or whatever we have. If it looks like it's degrading, we might go in there and put some more on it, and that is the deep bedding method. You just layer on top, so it keeps smells down. It keeps it kind of just nice in there, really. But it is time to get it cleaned out. I want to show y'all an overview of the chicken coop, some things we did to make it easier on us here at the farm, and honestly how easy it is to get in here and clean the coop out. But my kids are out here playing around in the coop with chickens and stuff, so you might hear them over here throughout the video. But all right, let's get to it. I'm gonna back up here so y'all can see. So this is our front of our chicken coop. We built all this. I stick built all this, and my best friend and his kids come over and help me hang some of the siding and some of the roof tin and stuff. And so we just got, well, I guess I'll show you this too. Actually, that pecan limb just fell at my birthday party 2 weeks ago. But we built some steps right here. You come over here, and let me put this door open real quick. So as soon as you come in, let me back it up just a little bit so y'all can see. So this area right here we built is like a brooding room. So when we hatching chickens out and little baby chicks, what we can actually do, turn the light on, is we bring them in here. And like I said, all this is going to be clean, so I'm going to show y'all how easy this all is to get clean. I've already hung up my feeders and lights and stuff. But this is a 6x6 room. The whole chicken coop is a 16 by 20. So 16 foot wide by 20 foot long. The first 6 foot when you walk in the door is a 10 by 6 storage room for feed, for any supplies and stuff that we have in here. And then we have a 6 by 6 brooder room on the right side when you walk in. So I'm gonna show you our little storage room, and it is a little bit of a mess, but we've got some goat feed and chicken feed, dog feed for our livestock dog. We've got just odds and ends stuff that we have just stored up here. These cutouts were for the original lamb boxes that I put in here, but I don't know if it was because we clip our chickens' feathers so that they can't jump in and out of the fence, because we have a lot of predators around here, whether it be hawks or coyotes or foxes or possums, raccoons, other stray dogs running around. We live out in the country, so we clip their feathers so that they have to stay in here, because it's safer for them to stay in the run than it is free ranging. I've free ranged my whole life until probably 2 years ago, and I mean, growing up I've had free ranging chickens, but we had like 14 or 15 get killed off in like a week and a half, 2 weeks, due to hawks. and they were doing logging up the road, and it just kind of pushed everything over this way. We were having 3 hawks flying around at one time. It was just crazy, y'all. But so we got rid of this little land box setup we have right here because I don't know if they didn't want to jump, but I'll show y'all what we got in here. Let's go into the actual, this is the actual coop in here, and it is a little dark. I don't know if y'all will be able to see it. I hope y'all will. All right, we'll get some light from in here. But so we did do the buckets up there, and they didn't really tend to like it. But when I went and I got a bunch of milk crates, which I've used before, but we just go in there and we put the turf down, and we have ducks. So you see a lot of feathers. They get in there and they make nests and stuff. These are actually fake eggs that I put in them just to help them when they're first coming into laying eggs, and I just never move them. This is a feeder. I don't never use the feeders anymore. I just feed them daily. But if you go out on a vacation or something, it is nice to have a, you know, was that like a 3-4 gallon feeder, you know. But so all this stuff down here, guys, is just hay, and you see it doesn't stink in here, you know. This area right here is what I built for them to roost on. So originally we built this with no tarp behind it. So we have a tarp screwed in right there, and it kind of wraps around the whole piece. It comes all the way down till, I don't know, I got it swooped out maybe 1.5 feet right here. Well, up under all of this is also a tarp that we put down just to help. All right, guys, I'm back. I'm sorry, the kids got me distracted for a second. But like I was saying, up under all this is a tarp. And this stuff right here was from where I cleaned off those blocks. I set up the waters in here for when we do take the little baby chicks from this room to this main coop, and then they're able to go out the door into the run, which is really simple the way that we did this door. You can literally just do this, and like I always have some extra shavings, so we just put the, you know, box of, or bag of shavings, actually just like that. We just end up putting it right there, and all the little baby chicks, you know, you just flush them in here. It works out great. But so this setup, it has, I think I put 2 screws in these right there, but there's lag bolts or lag screws, in both of the outside ones. So what that does is it's connected. Right now it's just got a rope on it, but I've got some cable out there that I'm gonna actually end up doing. And then that comes up to an eye bolt. So when I pull on this, it raises this whole setup up, and see all that down there that is accumulated ends up dropping off. So the reason that we did put the tarp up is because we're running a lot of birds out here. So they tend to make a decent mess. What was happening was they were roosting all the way at the very top, and it was going down the back wall, and I didn't like that because I wasn't able to get out here and just, you know, clean it real good. Even though we had the tarp on the floor and it was going up the back wall a little bit, I still wasn't able to catch all of it, so I didn't like that. So I ended up coming out here, raising their little sleeping roosting area up, put the tarp on there, and then I screwed the tarp down in a few places to the actual platform, so when it moves up, all that dried up, you know, poop and hay and stuff that we put down there, all that just falls out. Makes it a whole lot quicker and easier to clean. But that's probably one of my favorite things about this, because it's not, you don't have to get in here and just, like, you know, try to crawl up under all that stuff, because that was one of my biggest things. I'm 6'1", so I'm not trying to crawl up under all that stuff and bang my head and all that. I wanted something I can lift all the way up to the roof in here, and then be able to get up under there. And the tarp, you kind of sweep around the edges, get it on the tarp, and I'll show y'all guys in a little bit. I'll bring you back on here whenever I have it. opened up, but I have a doggy door that I built in the back, so it's separate from my run, even though I have my compost pile in my run where the chickens, they turn it every day for me. So I take this stuff, shoot it out that doggy door into my wheelbarrow, or my wheelbarrow behind my zero turn, or you can put it in a tractor bucket, whatever. It's just something nice to have, a door that's leading outside, that's not, you know, connected to anything. But hey, I'll bring you back. And then this front section in here that we had for the brooding room, we just normally just take the wheelbarrow right outside, and I'll show you the equipment. All I use to clean the coop, and it's easy. It's just a normal, a normal rake, and then for any new guys, I know a lot of y'all experienced chicken raisers, you know all this, but just like somebody beginning, you might want to get you like one of these little snow shovels kind of thing, and then just a normal yard rake. I do have a harder, let's see, I know you can't really see it, but see where that light's coming out? That's this area right here. It swings out, it's a door. But, let's see. So you might use something like this, hard rake. It works out. I tend to like the hard rake a little bit better just because it doesn't bend up and stuff. And then I always have a broom in here. You think this is messy, but I actually put all this here, or most of it, not the feathers and stuff, but I put most of these shavings and some hay in here just because, guys, you know, it rains out here, you get stuff all in your boots. Even though I did paint the floors in here, you know, it just gives you something just to kind of, when you're walking in here, just to get some of that dirt off your boots and stuff like that if you're coming in here. But I'm gonna get in here and I'm gonna show y'all. It don't take long at all to clean this out. One person, I'm gonna say probably 15-20 minutes most, and that's getting everything out and shoveled. We got a whole bunch of hay already stacked up, ready to go back in here, and I'm telling y'all guys, this method works real good. No smell, easy cleanup. But I'm gonna get in here and clean this out, and I'll bring y'all back whenever I get it cleaned up. Y'all can look at what it looks like to have a new bedding system, or not system, but a new bedding down for all these chickens and stuff. So I'll bring y'all back in here in a few minutes. All right, guys, what's going on? We're back. I'm gonna bring y'all back for just a second so y'all can see what it looks like once I get it cleaned out. And then I'm about to come back in here and put the hay in and get everything back situated. But I wanted y'all to see how, you know, clean it looks. As far as many chickens we've got, as much stuff, you know, as they come in and out. I'll switch the camera around and let y'all look at this. So this is our little chickary. So, you know, earlier, now it does have some stuff where I had a waterer in here and stuff like that. Well, that's from ducks. And if y'all have ducks, you'll know that they make a lot of water. It was never that bad with the floor, and all that is coming up is let's see if I can get it to focus. That's the paint that's peeling up from where I painted the floor. It was not that bad until we got ducks in here. I'll go over a few things after on some things that I've learned I wish I would have done differently. So as y'all see the tarps right here, I have a little duck and a hen over here. She's trying to lay some eggs. But see, it turned out real clean. And I mean, you can come in here and you could get a broom and sweep all this stuff. But I got it out with my shovel. And this is zoom out. This is what I was saying. So when this is up, like, let's see. I mean, I'm 6'1", it comes up, so 5'10", 5'9", you know, something like that. But it's easy to get behind here and clean out. from the back, which there's not really a whole lot. The ducks that we have in here, they honestly make more of a mess than the chickens do. They like to go behind it because they don't really roost. So they like to go behind it and lay on the hay. So that causes a little bit more mess back there that we have to clean up. But for the most part, the chickens are great as far as the hay and the manure on it. The ducks, they do get a little bit messy because if y'all have ducks, you know there's a little bit more runnier. But I'm gonna fill this thing up with some hay, and then I'll come back with y'all and show y'all the final product. And I will discuss some cons and some pros about this and things that I would like to do better. All right, see y'all in a little bit. What's going on, guys? We're gonna be back here looking at the finished results. I want to show y'all. Here's walking in what it looks like. Just re-put down some of that. You can get this stuff at Tractor Supply. It's like a flake of the, let's see what, Premier Pine shavings. We've used it mostly for our little bitties. But like I said, we'll put more in there whenever we go to hatch out some more. I'm not worried about wasting it and putting it in there right now. But so this is what it looks like once you have all brand new hay in here. I took out all these inserts and got them out there washing and drying. I just threw some hay in there for right now. I don't know what we've got going on right here. This hen and this little Muscovy hen and that buff want to be in the same laying box, but I've been having a problem. It's kind of, pardon me if I'm coughing. It does get kind of dusty throwing this hay out, but I had a problem with some ducks getting behind there, like I was saying, and they were making nests back there, and I wasn't finding the eggs, you know, until a couple days later. So I didn't feel safe really getting them and doing anything with them. But I piled up this bunch of hay right here just to try to see if I can keep them from going back there. But yeah, guys, this is what it looks like. Everything's back down. I will say one thing, since this is real life and excuse me, things happen. So when I went to go pull this up, my screws fell out on the back of my tarp, so it only raised up on one side. So I had to get it up, and then what I did was I just went back behind. I got me a little cut piece of 2x4, just scraps that I keep, and I screwed the tarp back up. So now on both ends, I'm gonna put it in the middle, but put it on both ends so when I lift it up, it doesn't have a tendency to pull through the tarp. I don't know why. I didn't do that when I first done it, but I figured I'd let y'all know that is something that I had to do today. That's why it took me a little bit longer than what I was expecting, because I had to fix that, and it took a little bit longer. But I wanted to go over some pros and cons of this. Some pros and cons of what we've got here. As far as, you know, this video is more or less just for showing off how this roost on a hinge, how easy it is to clean up, but it does have some cons to it. You know, it is a little bit heavier to get up. Maybe if you're new, like you're not as strong, or maybe you're older, or you know, a smaller built person, you may have a little bit of trouble. I am gonna go back and put me a cable on here, make it a lot easier. I don't know if it'll be electric or just a crank like style winch, maybe, just to get it up, or just pull it. I mean, that's what I've been doing for, you know, a year or two of doing this. But I really enjoy how easy it is. It doesn't take long at all to get in here, guys, and just take the hay out, and then all you do is just have to, you know, get that shovel, like I was saying, and get the dried up manure that falls through the hay, and take it straight out there to your compost pile. I got this little mama hen. She likes to follow me around sometimes. She'll get her tail real fanned out. Anyways, guys, it will probably be, I guess on the pros and cons list, something that if I had to do it again, I would probably go ahead and spend the extra money and get you some kind of laminated, board to put down. And especially, it's not so bad in the actual coop, but in here in the little brooder room, it wasn't bad until we put ducks in here. Like I said, if you have ducks, you know how much of a mess they can make. And it doesn't matter how much bedding you put down, man. They get in that water, and especially when they get 2 weeks old, a week and a half old, 2 weeks old, they start playing in that water, and they just make a mess. So that's why that paint that I put down is coming up. I would really put something down, and I might end up going and doing that later on, going back and putting something down. I told myself when I built it that I should have done it, and then I didn't. It's one of those things, you're trying to cut corners and it ends up coming to bite you in the butt later on. But yeah, guys, if you've got any questions, just ask, leave a comment or anything. I do have a couple things that videos that I'm going to be doing. We're going to be opening up some breezeways, so I'm going to convert these old doors right here into closable, window breezeways. So we can let these open, 1 or 2 depending on how much breeze we want. And I'm going to come in here and up at the tops, kind of right up in there, I'm going to be putting some almost windows. I have some hardware cloth on there, and it allow us to keep this front door open, which is why I built this like this. So you can keep this front door open. I pretty much keep the front door open all day unless it's just pouring down raining. But it allows breeze to come in. But during the summer, man, we're down here in Georgia, so you might be getting high 90s, upper to the hundreds. So it will get a little bit hot. But like I said, like, subscribe, comment, share. We're just trying to get out here and being able to help everybody, trying to learn from our experiences and our mess ups and what we did right. And like I said, we're straight up with you. We'll tell you what we did right, what we did wrong. Like, comment, subscribe. Got a couple more videos coming out later this week. See y'all.